Hello friends. So today we have more starting module 2, which is we are starting with C Sharp language basics. So I am Raj Jain. So I am teaching you the today's module 2, which is related to C Sharp language basics. So in this module we have the agenda, like I am starting the screen slideshow. So here we have the agenda, variables and constants, data types, type interference with var, then naming conventions and coding style. So first is the what are the variables and constants. So variable is a name, memory location to store the data that can change during program execution. So int age is 25. So what is the constants? So constant is the fixed value that cannot be modified after a sign. For example, constant double by 314159. This is the example. So what are the value types? So basically value types is the saving in the stored in stack memory. So what types of value types, data types? So first we have the int. Ints have the integer numbers. For example, int x is equals to 10. Then float. Float is the single precision decimal. For example, float y is equals to 3.f. So basically float and double, which is we can give the decimal value. Then char. Char is a single character, like char c is a. So it will take character only. So it boolean type. It's a boolean type means true or false. So basically bool is on is equal to true. And then decimal, high precision decimal, decimal d 10.9. This is also using for the decimal value. So next is the reference type. So reference type which is stored value in the heap memory. So what is the include in the heap memory? So first is a string, and string is the textual data, sequence of characters, some words. So basically which is stored in the heap memory. For example, string name is equal to John, and object best type of all C sharp data is the object type. So basically object equals to 45. Suppose we have the employee object, so which have the related like I will show you. So suppose so we have the reference type of data which has object is the example. So we can see that in we suppose we have the public class employee here. So employee is the object here. So public integer id and public string name. So this is the object value which we are sharing, like id is equals to 1 and name is equals to suppose some Anit. So we can, this is the object type value which is stored in the heap memory. Okay, so then is so basically reference type stored in the reference pointer to memory location, not at the actual value. Okay, so next is the type interference using var. So what is var here? So in C sharp, var keyword is used for implicit data declaration. So basically when you declare a variable with var, the compile inference the type based on the value assigned to the it compile time. The type is fixed after compilation. It's not dynamic. The variable must be initialized at the time of declaration. So what is the example of for var? So var basically var name is equals to alias, which is automatically it will take the data string where age is equals to 30. So it's automatically when you are assigned to value where age is equals to 30. So it will take int type. then var price is equals to 19.99, so it will take decimally. So depending on what value we are declared on the var, so it will take that the time of declaration that time. And when suppose we are suppose I will show you one example. So suppose I have the value where id is equals to 10, and now I am going to try with id is equal to Rajat. So does it try, or it will give to some compilation error? So basically it will give some error. Okay, so what type of error it will give? It will give the compilation time error. So we cannot assign the value to this one. So see, this will give the cannot implicitly convert type string to int. So first we have given id is equals to 10, and now we are trying to assign value to string type. So that is the result. It will give the error, that is the compilation error. Okay. So how naming convention we have to use in the C sharp? So basically we have to some follow standards naming practices we need to follow. So that is element type. So variable have the camel case, like example total amount. Then constants we have the Pascal case, that is the max value. And methods and classes Pascal case, which we have, for example, get data, custom information. So basically what we have to avoid here, avoid shorter meaningless names like X, data one. Like this naming convention we have to avoid. So what coding style guidelines we have to follow in the C sharp? So write clean and readable code, consistent and indentation, for example, post braces. Use the braces even for single line blocks, write comments to explain complex logics. So for example, we have the following code which have the uh, here we have shown the comments. So like comment part is forward slash is there, apply a higher tax rate, high income earners, and greater than. This is the comments actually we have to give a single line commands. Basically what we have to follow in the curly brackets. So curly brackets suppose is valid, it's a true or false value we are checking in the if value. So then our next code will be the start. So this is the coding styles we have to use in our C sharp program. So avoid some magic numbers, use name constants like that. So what we have learned in this module 2. So basically in the module 2 we have the learn variables towards changeable data, constants toward fixed values, then know the difference between value and reference type, and use var for type interface only when clear. So basically we have the some naming convention we have see uh, check in the this video, and we have learned also clean code practices, how we need to write the Pascal case, camel case, when we need to use this scenario. So like this. So suppose you have some questions, so you can ask me in the comment.